Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. It is confirmed that we are going to get Xiangli Yao for free, and most of us are probably going to start preparing for him. This video will cover everything you need to prepare for building Xiangli Yao. There might be some changes to his kit, but I believe this guide will still be relevant. Without any further ado, let's jump right into it. These are the mats you should be preparing for Xiangli Yao so that you can max him out to level 90 on his release. He needs a total of 46 Tempest Mephisis mats and 60 violet corals for his ascension. It is primarily located in the Norfall Barrens region. He will need 29 green whispering cores, 40 blue, 52 purple, and 61 gold. Just like any other gauntlet users, he will need the cadence materials for his talent. He will need 25 cadence seeds, 26 cadence bud, 55 cadence leaf, and 67 cadence blossom. For weekly boss mat, he will need 26 scars materials. And of course, don't forget about shell credits. Before starting with his guide, let me give you the basics of his kit so that you can know how to build him. Xiangli Yao is an electro DPS character that uses Gauntlet. He specializes in dealing resonance liberation damage, as all of his damage from his Forte circuit is considered as resonance liberation damage. I won't dive too deep into his kit, as explaining without visuals can be difficult. You can subscribe to my main channel. I will post his detailed build guide when he gets officially released. Moving on to his echoes. Just like any other electro DPS character, the best set for Xiangli Yao is going to be the 5-piece Void Thunder set. For the main echo skill, the buff from the Thundering Mephis echo skill is the best for him. But generally for any DPS character, echoes that take up a huge amount of field time is a big no. And Thundering Mephis has the highest field time and cannot be swap cancelled. So the best echo skill to use would be Tempest Mephis echo skill, which has relatively shorter field time, and the second hit of this skill can be swap cancelled. Alternatively, you can use the Flautist echo skill for some good damage and concerto energy. Alternatively, you can use 5-piece lingering tunes with Mech Abomination echo skill. This echo skill is very easy to use as it doesn't have any animation. It is very close to the Void Thunder set if he is on field for a long time. We still don't know if Xiangli Yao's skills can be swap cancelled. If his best playstyle includes swap cancelling skills, then the lingering tunes will not be a good option to use. You can mix and use 2-piece set effects of lingering tunes, Void Thunder or Moonlit Cloud set, though you get the better option. For his energy requirements, we still don't know how much energy he generates. But he has a low energy cost of 125 and will be on field for most of the time. So it's safe to assume he can need around 125% energy regen. Getting his burst back on time is essential as it is a crucial part of his kit. For his echo stats, crit rate or damage on 4-cost echo. For the 3-cost echo, double electro damage bonus, or a combination of 1 electro and 1 attack percent is also very close, as Xiangli Yao gets 15% electro damage bonus from his inherent passive, and attack percent on 1 cost. For substats, look for energy regen until required, followed by crit rate or damage, followed by attack percent, flat attack, and resonance liberation damage bonus. Moving on to his weapons. The best weapon for Xiangli Yao is going to be his signature gauntlet. It has a base attack of 588 and provides 24.3% crit damage from its substat. Passive increases all attribute damage bonus by 12%. When Resonance Liberation is activated, it increases the liberation damage by 48% for 8 seconds. Resonance skill can extend this duration by 5 seconds, and this effect can be triggered 3 times. That is by a maximum of 15 seconds. The signature weapon is going to be significantly better, so if you wish to main him, I recommend pulling for it. And since Xiangli Yao is free, pulling his weapon becomes much easier. His second best weapon will be the 5-star standard banner weapon, Abyss Surges, for the sheer amount of attack stats it provides. It provides energy regen as well. The basic attack damage and resonance skill damage bonus is not that great, but is not wasted either, as you will be using them to gain his Fortis stacks. Another great alternative is the BP weapon, Stonard. Provides crit rate, making it easier to build him, and further provides 18% liberation damage bonus. These are the top options to use for him. However, these weapons are premium options. For alternatives, you can use the Hala Mirage, which is a gacha weapon option that provides attack percent, both from its substats and passive. However, this weapon is conditional, as the stacks from its passive get lost if you get hit. R5 Gauntlet of Night is the 3-star option that you can use for attack stats. Unfortunately, we don't have good F2P gauntlet options. Moving on to his team comps. The best teammate for Xiangli Yao is obviously going to be Yinlin, who can amplify his damage by a lot from her outro buff, which is electro damage and liberation damage amplification. She also deals a high amount of off-field damage. If you don't have Yinlin, there are some other great alternatives too. I believe Jezi can be a great pair with Xiangli Yao, as she can deal high off-field damage. Xiangli could also be a great pair with him, as you can run a dual DPS comp, and Xiangli Yao can benefit from the liberation damage amplification. But this team can only be made possible if his playstyle allows. Jiangshan can provide resonance liberation damage buff and crowd control. Mortefi can provide some good off-field damage. Sanhua can be used as moonlit set activator. And the basic attack damage buff is not completely wasted. Yuanwu can provide with some off-field damage and also deal vibration damage, helping you to break the shields of enemies faster. And the last slot is usually used by a sustained support like Verena or Baiji. Moving on to his sequences. I won't dive too deep into this. Unlike most of the 5-star characters, his first sequence is not that bad, but it is not worth it either. It just gives a 20% attack increase after triggering his intro skill. The second sequence is a big upgrade and can be one of his best sequences, but it has not been worded properly yet to make conclusions. When casting his resonance skill and liberation, he gets a 30% increase in crit rate and 8% increase in crit damage. And the duration has not been specified yet. Aside from this, his sequence 3 and sequence 6 are the other best sequences, but are mostly for whales. And with this, I will end this video. I hope it was helpful. Don't forget to like and share the video, and subscribe for more Wuthering Waves content. Thanks for watching.